This is a shoot 'em up type game. You and your squad must face off against an onslaught of enemies, and you're doing your best to dodge those bullets. You'll weave your way through enemy bullets, missiles, and sometimes large objects. The enemies come in different varieties too, along with small fighters, fighters that will shoot you from multiple directions, and larger carriers that take a lot of firepower to take down. And while the action can definitely get chaotic in the later stages, it is extremely satisfying to have acquired all the power-ups and unleash destruction upon them. And you can get these awesome lasers that you can use, along with birds that come flying out of you and damage everyone on screen.
Welcome back. Got it.
The chaos and shoot 'em up action is very much like something you would find on the Genesis or SNES back in the day. The action here is fun. You control your ship and your squad sticks to your side. As you progress in the levels, you'll gain skill points that you can then use for your skill trees to get additional buffs to help you out. When you are surrounded by enemies, you can unleash an old school type bomb to blow everyone away. While you'll always be shooting at something within the missions, the game does try to bring some variety in some way, shape, or form to them. There will be certain levels that will have your character either get sick and then you need to watch out because your movement will be restricted until you get your health back. This can be tough since you're really dodging a lot of bullets. At other times, characters will leave and come back and you'll need to be able to win without them. Other times, a character will go into this fit of rage and you need to try to not get hit by them because it will result in an instant death. These do provide some decent variations to the levels, but the best form of variation is the stealth mission that you get from the game. As you progress throughout this level, you need to dodge the lights. If you're seen, you need to fight a bunch of enemies until you're hidden again. It isn't a huge change, but it makes you take that core shooting and then kind of repurpose it for a mission where you need to be a little bit sneaky. The sad part of this is that it does provide some good variation, but there's only one mission like this, and more of them would have definitely helped the game. The boss fights can be both enjoyable and frustrating. Part of this is that the game suffers from two really bad difficulty spikes, one at the end of Chapter 3 and one in the middle of Chapter 5. Both of these fights resulted in me having to go back to earlier stages and then grind out skill points so that I could take on these bosses better. Some of them used a lot of cheap one-hit tactics too. While I did like the difficulty, I do think that it would have benefited from being a more gradual increase than rather the game just slapping you in the face 2 points in the game saying that this is going to be really hard. You can play the entire game in 4-player local co-op, and that's a great thing to have, especially because this is on the Switch. There's some frustration here, but there's also a lot of fun too. The game doesn't really do anything new for the genre, but what it does pretty well. The game is going for $5 on the PC and PS4, but sadly it's $15 on the Switch. And I think $5 is a pretty good price for this game, so if you want it on the Switch, wait for a sale. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other ones. If you'd like to help support the channel, check out my Patreon page at the end of this video and the description down below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.